Hi there, Aries. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for your patience. I really do appreciate it. I want to go ahead and get into a general reading for the month, the rest of the month of February 2024. I'm also, before we get into the reading, I want to let you know that I am doing a special where I'm doing $30 a question, $15 each additional question, and $100 for a one-on-one session with me, and all of them are recorded, okay? So let me know if you're interested in that. You can contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com, and I'm using PayPal and Cash App. Those links will be in the description box below. So Aries, this month, it feels like you guys have a lot of, I guess I want to say, easing your troubles, easing your mind, finding a different approach to how maybe you've been doing things. Your overall energy that's coming out here is the Six of Swords. This can talk about finding a new way out of something. It's wanting to let go of what you've been kind of stuck in that hasn't been really either fair to you, or it hasn't put you in the right position. And so now you're realizing that, hey, maybe I need to actually move forward in a different light, in a different way, in a different situation altogether. Your oracle card, we have worry. It's in reverse. And a lot of this reading feels like you are pretty much resolving issues here, whether this be with, well, in multiple areas of your life, Aries. Here, as far as your approach, your action, your approach to this month, it's asking you to, I guess I want to say, not really go too far outside of the lines. And that may be kind of like uncomfortable, especially if you're trying to chart new territory. But what I'm feeling is that it's important for you, if you are to move on from something, it's important for you to be very, very steady in a very tried and true approach. This is being around the right people, not trying to go coloring outside of the lines. This is very dedicated, very traditional type of work. This is something, the energy, the approach is to really stick by the book, is basically what I'm trying to say. And that may be able to help you ease some of your worry, just because we're not trying to introduce too many things at once. We're trying to stabilize here, it feels like, especially if your intention or the energy throughout the month is to move on, to move forward, to move away from something that's been mentally frustrating, emotionally frustrating. With your communication, you have the King of Swords here coming through. So in regard to communication, this can be somebody, this can be a male person in your life. This can be somebody who is of authority. This could also be a lawyer, a police person, some aspect of law, professional. If it's none of that, this can just be a very, very clear and direct conversation that may be a bit uncomfortable, but what it does is it frees you up for something better. It frees you up for a shift in your direction, I want to say here. For some of you, you may be moving on to different jobs and stuff like that. We haven't gotten to your job area, your money yet, but there is an element here where communication will be had at some point during this month. It feels here, Aries, that you guys may be needing to, I guess I want to say, I'm hearing it like drop the hammer. So if that means that you need to move forward in something and have to like give a resignation, or you have to lay down the law so things can really change in a better way, then I think it's important for you to do that. It's also suggested, though, that if you do that, you try to at least stay within guidelines. Don't branch out too much. I guess I want to say, just don't rock the boat too much. It's important for you to stabilize anything right now in a more tried and true approach, okay? As far as your health is concerned, you have a Six of Wands. This energy is beautiful. It talks about situations, or it talks about your health improving if you're dealing with anything. It's talking about your health improving. This can also be if you're going into a doctor where maybe situations with your body you haven't been able to figure them out, or there's some sort of like confusion. This may be a situation where you can have the proper diagnosis, or at least the doctor listens to you, they recognize you, they understand what you're going through, and it helps you move out of that. It also helps the mental aspect kind of ease up here, but it does talk about being able to create a very positive outcome here with your health, and how you also see it as well, how you can take control of it. In regard to your finance energy, you have the Knight of Cups. This energy is interesting just because basically, if you're dealing with a Knight of Cups in finance and work and job situations, this may be a new opportunity coming through. But I do want to say here, I want to say be careful of being overly enthusiastic about, like, when people promise too much, or they promise the moon, or like they all of these great things about this job, but you don't have the proof yet. There's an element here for you to really make that decision whether you want to engage in that or not. Some of you may be leaving a new or an older opportunity, moving towards something new where it does promise a lot of emotional satisfaction, or this may be something where you're getting into a creative field, something that's satisfies your emotional internal world as well as your financial world. It's a new opportunity. It's a communication. But remember, don't believe everything until you see it, I guess I want to say. The proof will be in the pudding. And so it's important for you to be as, I guess, by the book as possible at this time, okay? But potential new opportunities there, okay? And then in regard to love and romantic connections, and even if it's not romantic, this can be a family love, somebody that's in your life that you love. You have Temperance in reverse. So Temperance in reverse, this energy is one about being out of balance. It's about needing to come together so things can be in a seamless fashion. We can work together in unison here. Sometimes it can talk about people needing to leave a certain type of mentality, lifestyle, addiction, and you have that Six of Swords here. Okay, this is kind of the overall energy for everybody. So there's a lifting of, I guess, burden, a lifting of entrapment that I want to say here, Aries. And it's important that that be paid attention to. So for those of you to come together, so for those of you who are in a partnership, it feels here that some of you may be dealing with situations where you just need to get on the same page with each other. There needs to be more emotional connection with each other. There needs to be a dual agreement that we both communicate in the way that is honoring both of each other. We recognize what each person has to say and we allow it to be. Also, I want to say, for the protection of this connection here, again, this is coming through for stabilizing your relationship. It's important that you both hunker down and do what you can within the guidelines of the rules. I don't know why I keep saying this, guidelines, rules by the book, but like, it's that type of energy. Like, don't divert too much out of that because it feels problematic if you do. This will continue to release you from worry, release you from fears, constraints, and stuff like that. For those of you who are single, Temperance in reverse can talk about, if you are engaging, it's Sagittarian energy as well for all of you. Temperance in reverse can talk a bit about how the connections in your life, it's important to kind of do like an overview, kind of do an assessment on them, just because it feels like some of you may be dealing in situations with people who don't provide much, or they bring out your worst aspects. Maybe they are triggers for addiction, triggers for toxic codependent energy towards a person. So it's trying to like get you out of that so you can have a better flow. So if you have these obstacles in your life, singles, then it's important for you to look at that rather than engaging with those types of people. And for those of you who are completely happy and alone, this is just talking about, doing much of the same, doing much of what I just said, finding balance in your own life, pinpointing the areas of your own life that are a little wibbly wobbly. It's important to do that just so you have a better control, because I feel here there's control, but like there's a need for a deeper sense of control, something that's a little bit more practical here, rather than like go energy. This is where we rein it in. I also do want to say here, it feels like you guys are going to be dealing with people in your life that can actually be very beneficial, especially when it comes to your new friends groups, new friends, connections that are better suited for you, connections that feel healthier for you. If you're also single and you're looking, this may be a time for you to, I guess, intentionally go out if you choose to date, but like be reserved. Don't jump in immediately. You know, all of this information, suggestion is definitely obvious, I would hope, but be mindful about how quickly you choose to integrate with somebody, how quickly you choose to be mystified by somebody, and how quickly you are, you know, taken over by an emotional connection, you know, because sometimes it's not everything that it feels like it is. And I do want to say that here with the Knight of Cups and the Six of Swords here. It doesn't mean that's a bad thing. Some of you, this could be moving on towards a better partner, but some of you, this is realizing I'm still giving to these energies that don't really support me. They don't really like help me move forward. So instead of being beguiled and mystified by them, let me recognize who I am, put, you know, a very, very clear message out there to whomever it is that I'm exchanging my energy with, and pull back a bit. And the Hierophant is here to stabilize with you. The Hierophant is here to allow you to find resolution in this and move forward. Okay, so that is what I have for you. If you want to get in touch with me, feel free to contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, Aries. Bye-bye.